then we have one more topic, and it's actually kind of a big one,
Okay.
or a considerable one.
All right.
Not, it probably will end up being nothing. You can quote me on that.
Well, what is it? Big or nothing?
I don't know. I don't know yet, but let's talk about it.
Okay.
Um, what I think I'm saying this guy's name right. Eric Pincus of
Who?
Eric Pincus, I think is his name. I don't know. It's a C, not a K
Oh,
in there, so it's like I don't know if it, but I don't think
it'd
it
be
would like.
Pincus.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it would be Pincus.
Okay. Pincus, though. I think it
I'm
is.
gonna go with Pincus.
Okay.
According to Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report, the Kings are said to have interest in Toronto's Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby, and Washington's Kyle Kuzma. Now, first of all, Siakam's not going to happen because you would need to include probably a first round pick for Siakam, and the Kings can't trade a first round pick right now. How do you feel about the other two? I mean, first of all, that would, I guess, to just touch upon the first round pick, you're basically talking about, I don't know, a package deal that would include Harrison Barnes and somebody like Davion Mitchell. What do you, I mean, Kyle Kuzma, Anunoby, do you have any initial thoughts? Any kind of instinctual gut feelings?
I mean, Kuzma, like, I get we were trying to get Kuzma a couple years ago for Buddy, and then he had a good year in Washington last year. So, I don't know. I just like, he just doesn't fit this team anymore. I would have loved to have him last year, but it's not last year anymore. He has a player option next season that he's probably going to decline the way he's been playing. So, I don't know, like what, a 1 year rental for what? Like we moving Murray to the bench now? I mean, which isn't bad, but I don't know. I kind of like what we got right now. Like I don't know. I guess I wouldn't mind moving Murray to the bench, but I don't think it's necessary. And I think he plays well. I think he does a lot. He's always up there in the plus and minuses for the Kings, which is telling, I think, in itself. So I don't know. Kuzma just, I get it. We try to go after him, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem to fit like maybe it did 2 years ago. But Anunoby, like that dude's a really good defender. I'm assuming you're getting rid of Barnes at that point for Anunoby. So, I mean, that would be awesome. I mean, out of those three, and of course, you'd like to have Siakam the most, but like that's just unrealistic. So, I mean, if they can make an offer for OG, like go for it. That'd be awesome to bring him over. Not like the best 3-point shooter, but he's still scoring 19 points a game this year, leading the league in steals, and like I said, just a really good defender at that small forward position. So, um, I don't know what a package would look like. You would almost think that he would require a first round pick. Like I think he's that good. So
Mm.
I don't know. I don't even know if he's possible to get, like, unless you. I don't know. The Kings just don't have a lot of, especially with that first round pick gone until whenever 28 or not 28, like 25, 26 with Herter. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like even Davion Mitchell doesn't have that much like attraction to his
Yeah.
name. Like it's just like Murray, but you're not trading Murray this early on. So I don't know. I would love OG, but I just like he's a little more realistic than Siakam, but at the same time, I think there's a first. He's worth a first round pick or a top prospect, and so it's either Murray or nobody. I think, or obviously Sabonis or Fox, but that's not happening either.
No.
So I see it a little out of the realm of possibility for the Kings as well. But what do you think?
Oh, I mean, that's like a lot of rumors that the Kings get thrown into. Like I think in Kuzma's case, it just doesn't make sense. And I think that the only reason Pincus said it was because, and I think he noted it, was because of the trade from a couple of years ago that were from oh god, that wasn't that long ago. Um, uh, before LA traded Kuzma to Washington. That was kind of the only connection he kind of made. Um, I agree with you that it just wouldn't make sense otherwise. For the Kings, it just doesn't seem like again with the idea that he's going to be uh, not necessarily retained. That's the one issue with Barnes, or the main issue with Barnes. So like, why would you be doing that? Basically, swapping guys for a guy that's maybe a little more effective. But like you said, I don't know necessarily fits as well into and integrates with what this team's trying to do. And Anunoby would actually be kind of perfect. But again, it's not really feasible. I mean, he's a better defender and a better rebounder and younger than Barnes. That'd be great. But I don't know. Like, if Davion Mitchell was scoring 12, 13 points off the bench and hitting a bunch of threes, or hitting the majority of his threes, and was really looking like he was hitting his max potential earlier than ever, maybe. But I don't know. I think if you punch it into the ESPN trade thing, it'll actually tell you that this trade makes the Raptors like worse, and it makes the Kings a lot better. And so it's just like, I mean, if the kind of automated generated thing on the computer is kind of confirming my suspicions, I just don't buy much into that. And the Kings are thrown into this with a bunch of other teams, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And another point I would bring up is, just a couple of weeks ago, there was the report that the Kings were just going to move forward with Harrison Barnes, focusing on the chemistry. And we were kind of talking about that. It's like, oh, okay, they just kind of admitting they can't do anything else. Like, they kind of have to stick with that. They might as well. Which we thought also would kind of maybe that kind of sets up the opportunity for a contract extension, which is not, you can't sniff that out anywhere right now. But I just don't see a trade really happening at this point, just because for all the reasons you laid out, I just don't know if it's possible for that kind of a pull. I still think that the Kings might make a move of some sort closer to the deadline. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be something like that.
A trade I do see out there, I guess I haven't really talked to you about it, but or maybe we did talk about it, but maybe we did. It was like Robert Covington for Richaun Holmes. We discussed that yet? Yeah. It would make sense. Holmes isn't playing much on the Kings. Covington's not playing much on the Clippers. I don't know how badly the Clippers need a backup center. I mean, the Kings need a backup small forward, and Covington. Yeah, I mean, Covington's good, a good defender, kind of a 3-and-D guy. So it'd be interesting. I'd be down for that, but I don't know. I think the Kings will make a trade too. That's one that I've seen around early on this year, and it makes the most sense as well. At least on our end, I don't know how much sense it makes on the Clippers end yet, but I agree. I think they will make a move. They're kind of just, they're a playoff team now. Like, that's what playoff team. They're not a playoff team, but they're the 5th seed right now. And if they keep that up, those kind of teams, they make moves to get better late in the season. So it's December. We're still a little ways from the trade deadline, but it's not that far away, a couple months. So, Monte's thinking, and we're already getting linked to trade rumors, even if it's, ones that we probably won't make anyways.